What is up, savages? It's Friday. What's going on, everybody? It looks like we got maybe one or two people in here. I don't know, I can't see the count there. Not a big deal. We are last night we mined Tune, and if you're a new viewer, new watcher, just tuning in, whatever, watcher, yeah, that. You know what this show is we basically pick a random coin, completely random, from this list of, now it's down to like 154 different GPU mineable coins, and I like to focus more on something that I can mine with simple mining OS. So that's basically what we focus on. We do a random pick, and in this case, let's see if I can get this up here. We picked, I did this earlier, you know, just to show you, 134 was the number that came up with, and I'm kind of happy to say that that ended up being STRAKS, which is kind of cool, because STRAKS pops up all the time on what to mine. It's a Lyra 2 Rev 2 algorithm, which is super cool. I thought it was neat that it, you know, finally got one kind of a sort of a popular coin, I guess you could say, because it does show up from time to time on what to mine. So let's go look at it real quick here. I haven't done any, that was all I did, was just randomly picked it. I haven't done any other homework on it actually at all. I actually did a live stream earlier on dual threading AMD GPUs when mining kryptonite, so I was a little bit busy, and so I didn't get to do the whole homework thing. I'm gonna go over here, go to coins, and then I think it's in here. Yeah, there it is. So STRAKS. Does anybody know anything about this this coin? I know it shows up. I want to say Vosk did a video on it, or some other YouTuber did it, or content creator did it a while back, I believe. I don't know a lot about it, but we're gonna try to mine it here. So let's get after it. Let's go straight to Bitcoin talk. First, I'm still a little sick, so bear with me. And we're going to do a search for STRAKS. Makes sense, right? Let's find out a little bit about the coin or token or whatever it is here. Alright, so it is community-driven currency based on e-commerce, open source, decentralized ownership. A lot of the common things that you see with some coins here. I like to see stuff that just jumps right out at me that is unique and like a utility, you know, of the coin itself, other than just privacy, speed, currency, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, you know, they all do that, right? So it's kind of tough, you know. Sometimes I have to just shake my head, like, good grief, man. We got enough currency already. Let's get something else going. I don't know where they're at with their roadmap. Q1 20. Okay, so they're relatively new. All right, STRAKS team here. Comparison chart. All right. Basically, though, because this show is strictly, you know, like, hey, we're just going to randomly pick a coin and then mine it right then. You know, basically, we don't have time to like really go in depth, you know, into the coin or what the ins and outs are. But this one, I can tell you, like I was saying earlier, it does show up on what to mine. So I would say that this one, I would probably be okay with mining sometimes, you know. It just depends. Let me go back and see where it's actually at right now. We're about 5 minutes in. I think we can mine this pretty quick because it's a Lyra 2 Rev 2 coin, so I think we'll be all right. Yeah, there it is. It's way down there. I mean, it's negative on this one, but let's see. What have I got? I'm on a AMD rig, so let's go with a NVIDIA rig, and we'll see where it falls on that. If it falls on here. Looking for STRAKS. There it is. Alright, so it looks, it's not as bad on here, but okay, clearly right now it's not worth mining, but as far as like, I wouldn't throw a lot of hash power at it for any amount of time, really, because it's just way down there. Negative after power, so I just wouldn't mess with it. But how about these, man, how about these daily rates? Good grief. This is killer. Oh my gosh. It's so frustrating to see that sometimes. Not sometimes, all the time, right? Alright, so enough rambling here. Let's go ahead and we need to get a, what do we need first, guys? We need to, let's get a download here. Go here, we'll start filling this out. STRAKS. What's the ticker? Is it STRAK? No, that's not what it is. It's something else. Let's find out. I guess I should know that, right? STAK. Kind of weird. Alright. Announcement thread. I just like to document things just so that I have it super handy, right? As you're going through the process, I mean, it just helps me anyway to have like a document that I can actually look at with all the pertinent information on it, right? Because, you know, that way you're not hunting for stuff. Let's find out what the website actually is. I've still had a cough and stuff, and if I cough here in a minute, just, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm going to cough. Alright. So the first thing, I got to stop saying so too. I actually, look at this. I wrote it down right there. Stop saying so. Because I say it all the time. Alright. STRAKS. Wallet. We need to get a wallet. That's the first thing. Because we need to get a receiving address that we can mine to, right? So we're going to download the Win64 wallet. You can download whatever you want, depending on the OS. Show in folder. Go ahead and extract it. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, because I might mine this at some point in the future, I'm going to actually do this like I would an actual coin that I'm going to keep track of. So it's STAK, right? No. Is that right? Yeah, STAK. Alright. So that'll be the folder. Extract that. Alright. And then we're going to run the Qt wallet. And you get your standard thing, you know, protect Windows Defender, smart screen, all that stuff. You have to choose run anyway. It does that because it's going out on that port, and it's like, hey, what is this? Trying to talk on the through this random port, you know. Alright, so let's go to what am I doing? Oh yeah. Go to the folder where the wallet is. I'm going to use that directory because my C drive is getting kind of full from all these wallets and blockchains that I've been downloading on doing this show, you know. It's filling up. I'm going to have to upgrade my hard drive here pretty soon. So, stop saying so. Alright. We have to let this run until we can get a receive address. Hopefully it doesn't take a while, but it says it will take a while. So if anybody's in here that has been mining RavenCoin and looking forward to the asset layer being added, what are you thinking about all this drama with apparently there is one pool, a huge pool. They never name it because, you know, they're not going to call somebody out, they being the developers and the people who are kind of standing behind RavenCoin creation and all that stuff. They are not naming the pool, but basically there's one pool that hasn't upgraded. So the way that the asset layer works is it's got to get a 90% vote, basically, based on the pools that have upgraded to include the asset layer, and then it goes across the network, and I think it takes like 2016 blocks or something like that. And every 2016 blocks, if 90% voting, basically hash power, you know, hasn't been achieved, then it just restarts the counter. And there's one pool that hasn't upgraded. So there's some speculation that it might be someone kind of, in a way, it's not a hack, but it's an attack in a way, because it's a passive attack. If the huge pool that a lot of miners are attached to doesn't upgrade to enable the asset layer, then it's holding back the asset layer from being, basically, you can look at it as being approved on the network, and no one's going to be able to use the asset layer. So, and that's a huge, you know, thing that has been happening for RavenCoin. I mean, everybody's so excited, you know, that has finally come out, but you got one pool that's not upgrading, so no asset layer yet. At least right before this video I checked, and it still wasn't activated, so excuse me. So that is an interesting story. Interesting thing going on there. Maybe I should have launched this wallet before. I knew, but like I was saying, I did the other live stream, so I just didn't have time to do this. But could we? I'm sure there's probably a way of just putting a random number. I mean, I want to be able to actually mine though. Might be a good test to just go ahead and we could go ahead and get a pool too. It's already 9:43. Let's go ahead and look for a pool while this is running. See if we can find that. I don't know where it would be under here. I don't see anything in there. But what we can do is go to here, I think. If they have pools on here. Yeah. And typically, you know, whenever you're looking for a pool, oh yeah, why wouldn't they want the asset layer? It's not that they don't want it. They're looking, that's what I'm saying. I think that they're looking at it like it's an attack, a passive attack. Like let's say you were a pool operator and you have a huge pool, but you didn't necessarily, I don't know, for whatever reason, you didn't agree with the asset layer being implemented, right? So you have hundreds or thousands of miners attached to your pool and you just don't upgrade your pool, right? But because you have so many miners attached, and the way the voting works, it doesn't ever meet that 90% requirement, so it just doesn't get enabled. And that's why I'm saying they're looking at it almost like it's an attack. But it could be as simple as the pool operator doesn't know, or they forgot to upgrade. You know, if you're a pool operator and you have thousands of different coins that you support, I mean, it's probably pretty tough to stay on top of every one of them. So it's possible that they just don't know. That they don't know that the RavenCoin, you know, was implementing an asset layer. You just never know. So let's see what I was going to say was the pools. you know, typically you look for one with low fees, and then also reliable, you know, how many blocks they hit, things like that, all kinds of different things that you want to look at. But we'll just go to, let's try this one. There's several on here, so we'll try this one first. This is a new look for me. I don't remember seeing this. So let's look for, I don't see STRAKS, but see this is showing, okay, so let's click that. What was it, Lyra 2 Rev 2, right? Is that, yeah, that's what I'm on. All right, cool. So we go over here to STRAKS, there we go. All right. Does it look like anybody's on it? 0. Yeah, see, nobody, there's not, it doesn't show how many miners are on it. I wonder if it'll, yeah, I mean, we'll give it a shot. We'll try to mine to it. So the port is 4533. Let's document that. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We'll see. 4533 for the port. And then, you know what? This is like, it looks like this might be some kind of a profit switching pool, maybe? We'll just give this a shot. We'll see what happens. If we even can get a address. Okay, so we might be able to hide that and get a receive address, so that's good. Alright, so we're on our way. And yes, this is definitely speculation mining, which I think is pretty popular nowadays because, good grief, the mining profits are just rough. I say Lyra 2 Rev 2. I don't know if that's how you say it or not. It's RE version 2. Okay, and then we're also, let's get a receiving address. Hide that. Receive. Mining. Whoop. Mining label. Request payment. Copy address. Close that. We'll leave that open. Alright, and this is a Lyra 2 Rev 2, so let's use NVIDIA. I believe that it's a little bit better at that algorithm. Alright, so we have a pool, we have a receiving address for mining, and then we have, we don't know what miner we're going to use though, but there's plenty of Lyra 2 Rev 2 inside of simple mining. So let's go over here to simple mining, and then go to group config, add a group, and then we're going to look for Lyra 2 Rev 2. Trying to remember that what I used last time. It's going to be one of these that say many algorithms. Let's see. Was it CC? I don't know. Give me a hint. Is it what's a good miner for Lyra 2 Rev 2? Anybody? We can find out pretty quick. Let's go to Bitcoin talk thread for STRAKS again. And usually on here they will say what miners to use. They have pools, how to mine, tutorial, master node. Let's see if they just mention miners on here. Don't see it, so we'll try to hit that mining help file here. Nothing jumps out at me. All right. So what I can do now is just go back over here. Let me see if I've got it queued up. Lyra 2 Rev 2 somewhere. Yeah, it's CC Miner. Okay. I'm just looking right here at all the different ones I already have. I knew I'd already done it, but I've deleted it. I cleaned up a lot, so I didn't know if I still had one. But it looks like we should be able to use CC Miner. Yeah, because see, that's for HanaCoin is the same type, so CC Miner is good. And let's see, this one used. Okay, got it. So let's get in here. I was right to begin with. We'll hit that. And then this was STAK. I like to give a nice naming convention so I don't lose track of what I'm doing here. This is NVIDIA. Just leave it like that, and then YouTube. Alright. So let's build our string now, our miner options. I'm going to do this a little backwards. I'm going to do it like this. Throw it in here. We're going to build it in place. So we'd assume that this is going to be Lyra 2 Rev 2 maybe? Let's see if that's what the other one says. Oh, I'll get to that. The pool and the port, so we'll grab this right here. My mouse is a long ways away from my computer, so sometimes it freaks out. And that right click doesn't work for some reason. Alright. Throw this down there. And there, it just did it again. Alright, wallet is this right here, the receiving address. Anybody see a mistake in there? Because I do. Alright. You gotta check all these spaces in here. Make sure you don't have things running into each other like that right there. Whenever I pasted it, it took the space out. So now we probably have a properly formatted miner option string for simple mining. So let's go in here, stop saying so. Let's paste that in there. I'm wondering if that is the right terminology for that algorithm. We'll see. Probably good. Do add group. I can probably look at the one that I had earlier. Let's look at that real quick. See, it might be Lyra 2 V2. I wonder if it's that might. Let's change it. I think it's better if we go ahead and change it to Lyra 2 V2. Save that, and then we need to assign the rig to the group, or assign the group to the rig. And we're going to be using the NVIDIA rig. Group config, going to choose STAK for STRAKS. And then we're going to reboot because I don't have that miner on this rig. I just recently I reflashed all the USB drives for simple mining, and I did it for this show, so that I have a lot of different versions. So in case we run into a situation where you know, we run into whatever random coin we pick or is picked for us, whatever it is, if we run into a situation where we need like a different set of drivers or a different kernel for the operating system, I've got like 5 different versions, so it'll work out pretty well. So it's restarting now, and should be, I don't know, I'm pretty confident. I think we're going to nail it the first time, and we're going to have a little bit of time to spare. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Is Jason, are you using, I don't even know how many people are watching. Let me see here. Can't see it. It's not visible to me for some reason. Oh yeah, there we go. Is anyone else using simple mining, or are y'all just watching me use it all the time? And see, you get that standard, there is no screen to be attached matching miner. It's a simple mining OS user's favorite error. It's not really an error though, because eventually what it's doing is downloading the miner and stuff in the background, I think. So see, it actually gets past it, and it's all good. Now if it keeps doing it for like 5 minutes, then you know you got a problem, and usually it means you have a network connection problem. I think that's the most common thing, is like no internet, that kind of thing. I believe that's the most common issue. Alright, so it's back up and running. I'm liking what I'm seeing already, but I do want to see some actual hashing there. I think this is the miner that shows, it'll say yes or something like that, like a yes and exclamation point at the end, maybe. I don't know. But there's no errors associated to like how we formatted the miner options. So that's usually a really good thing. Whenever you see it right away, it's like, okay, this looks pretty good. There's no real errors that are standing out, And it did like that, you see right there where it says 6 miner threads started using Lyra 2 v2 algorithm, even though at first, remember, we named it, Lyra, or we put in there the text was Lyra 2 rev 2, because that's what the actual algorithm is named. So so it liked it. It probably wouldn't have liked that. It probably would have thrown an error with that. But it looks like we're getting hashing 237. Uh-oh. Got a couple of bad ones. Probably overclocks. Whenever you see those boos in there, it's usually something to do with power or overclock, maybe too high. We're not going to mess with overclocks in this 30-minute show. It's way out of the scope. All this is just getting mining and getting those yeses up there like this is showing, and we're good to go, right? So yeah, another successful show. We were successfully mining this pretty quick. Actually, and I did a lot of talking this time too. I was goofing off for the first 15 minutes, and we still got it to hashing before the show was over, so that's good. It is 9:59 Eastern Standard Time, so I think it's 1 minute until BrandonCoin time. So I am going to sign off, and thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.